What is up, everybody? My name is Free and welcome back to a brand new episode of Redstone Craft. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have an exciting episode in front of us. So today, if you might have noticed that we're not the Nether, and that's because our focus today is in the overworld. Now, I know you guys can complain all you want that, oh, but the Nether. You're right. Then this is the Nether update, and the Nether is important. Yet, today we have a more pressing matter to attend to, which is the creation of a new district. If you guys don't recall, when we finished the water district, or the Guardian farm area, I told you guys that my plan for this series is to have multiple districts, where we have different kinds of things. There's a village right down here. It's good to know. Actually, that's really good to know. But that's not the point of today's episode. The point of today's episode is to find and found a new district, which I am properly naming the Block District. Now, why am I naming that? It's because we're going to be farming a lot of types of blocks in this district. In fact, just next episode, and that's the reason why I'm starting this early, we are going to begin to farm... Why is this, like, rendering 3 inches in front of me? I think I have like the server render distance really low for some reason. But my point is, the block district is where we're going to farm a lot of blocks, including the new wood types, because we're already going to farm all the other woods, but we're also going to be farming the new ones. And that's where we're heading, if I can get to it. It's a bit far out, and not loading the chunks is sort of messing with my head, to be honest. But yeah, that's where we're going, and today we're going to establish the district, we're going to prep the area, we're going to terraform it a little bit, and just prepare it for all the farms. Because next episode we have a tree farm to make, which is actually going to be pretty cool. I never built a tree farm in survival. Like never. In any of my survivals, I have never ever built a tree farm, which is somewhat surprising and ironic, considering the amount of farms I have built. Anyway, with the chunks not loading, I will slowly make my way to where the block district is going to be, and I'll see you within like 30 seconds, or, you know, 0 if you're watching the video. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Block Central. That's the proper name of the district. It's obviously the block district, but I'm calling it Block Central because that's a fancy name. Now, I chose this place in particular because I want to challenge myself a bit, and I have to admit, I took this idea from Mumbo Jumbo in Escal 85, but this map right here is where our block district is going to be. This is 128 by 128, and I took this map specifically because it avoids, like, I have been in this area scouting, it avoids both the mountains and the rivers, which means there is less terraforming for us to get done. But there is still a lot of terraforming to do. So that's going to be today's main objective, is to terraform this district within these map walls. And what I'm going to do, and I know a lot of you are going to criticize me, is flatten it. I'm going to pick a height, probably sea level, honestly, and just flatten it to sea level. I think sea level in this map is 63. I think sea level in everything is 63, but I might be wrong. This is already outside the map, but doesn't really matter. It's pretty close. 63, yeah. So we're going to flatten this entire area out to 63, and you can see right there, it is a pretty big area. Honestly, I don't know if it's big enough for what I want to do in here, because we have a lot of projects that are going to be fitted into this district, but we'll see. Block Central is going to be born today, so let's cue in that time lapse and start leveling out this entire area. This is going to take a little bit. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so this entire thing is dug out, and I also filled in the potholes, etc., replaced all the stone and the sandstone. There wasn't a lot of it, actually. So you can see it's all dug out, it's all covered. We have this beautiful perimeter here, and there's actually something that I wanted to do. So before we came in, I came into here and I made 64, and I seem to have lost one, copies of the map. And here it is, the pre-flattening, and this is locked, so no matter what, this is not gonna update. And now the updated flatten thing. And you'll see what that square is in just a bit, but there you go. Completely flat. It has some shrubbery still, but that's pretty good. We're now gonna lock this map, and I want sort of a... This is something that I really wanted to have done prior to starting everything, is just, you know, just gathered maps of everything. But yeah, there you go, flattened. That's map number 2. By the end of this, we're gonna have a bunch of maps. But now we have another thing. This isn't just gonna look like this. This would be a pretty boring episode if that was it, wouldn't it? So I have decided that I'm gonna cover all of it with slabs. But we have a big issue. These are the slabs available in the game. And you can see that a lot of them have like worn down colors because of the desert. Some of them don't, but this is really bright. So I stood here for the good part of 20 minutes trying to figure out what slabs I was going to use. I thought about doing a wooden floor and patterns and all that, but then I was like, no, I feel like I want a random thing. So I came up with this palette. Now, you can see that it has a lot of grays, that's the main color, and then it has some pop-out colors. Now, this is the one that's going to be the least of. I just want a handful sprinkled around, just so it's not completely gray. I do want these two. So basically, these 3 lines here are going to be the main ones, and then these are going to be pop-up colors. So I'm really excited about this. It's going to be fun to spread these around here. I need to go gather resources for this, and once I'm done gathering resources, we're going to start a time-lapse just covering this. But honestly, I think I made a good choice. I thought about sand and sandstone as well because of the desert, but then we have another issue, which is this right here isn't desert. This apparently is. Yeah, but this isn't. This should be plains, sunflower plains added. So we can't just use like regular things because it's going to have a faded look. And, you know, I could do patterns, but this is a pretty big area, so I don't know how the patterns would look. And I don't even know if I had the patience to do those, to be honest. So I decided to just go with random. We could go nether, but I feel like we've built a lot with the nether lately. And these blocks, these like 5 blocks here are just not good to build outside of very specific circumstances. We've actually built an entire district based on these 3. So I think we're good for now. Oh, and we are going to use these 2 for the end later on in the series. But yeah, this is going to be the pattern. I'm going to go gather about like... This is 128 by 128, so... Calculator, please. 128. I know one of you is going to do this math by head. 16,000 blocks. That's a lot of blocks. I guess I'm going to go gather blocks. Hello, spider. And I will see you after the time lapse. So let's get the music rolling. Okay guys, so we're here at the Wither Skeleton farm because I needed some bone blocks for the build, and my actual mob farm seems to be out of bone blocks. But yeah, we came here, and while I was here, I took advantage of the fact that I needed to tear down that top level, and I did. And then I was thinking, okay, let's see how the farm is doing without the top level, you know? Let's see if it's actually worth it, if the rates are better or worse. Because in creative, the rates were incredible, but you never know how they work here. So I've been here for about a good part of half an hour, I guess, getting bones amongst all the other items. And honestly, the rates have been more than enough with just one level. And the reason why I've made the decision to keep just one level and not worry about it, not actually even consider doing the other one again, because it would actually take a lot of work to get everything done, because I would need to lower this, lower the tunnel, lower that level, lower the piglins, which by the way I killed the top one, but I'd need to go for a lot of work, and honestly for the rate increase, which is marginal, I don't think that's necessary. I think this is more than enough what we have back here. So yeah, I just wanted to update you guys on this since I'm around this area right now. And yeah, I guess we can return to the builds. I just came to get some. I'm actually curious. I've been here for part of an hour. Let's see how this is doing. A lot of coal, a lot of bones. That's good because I actually need to craft bone blocks. And 12 skulls, not bad at all. Considering we had like 0 skulls last time I was here, because I emptied it out. But yeah, with that out of the way, I guess we can return to our usually scheduled programming. Just a quick update on the farm. Yeah, looking good. Also, this space with Optifine looks epic. Anyway, back to the farm. Okay guys, it's been a few hours. You only saw a very small part of it, but here we go. Look at this. This is entirely slabbed in. All of these are half slabs, which means we are totally spawn proofed in here, which is the reason why I used half slabs if it wasn't obvious. Not only that, but I decided I was just in a groove and I just kept going. I didn't time-lapse all this, otherwise it would be like a 3-hour time-lapse, and it's annoying enough to go through an hour and then edit it down when you guys are gonna see like 5 minutes, and it was pretty repetitive. All I was doing was scroll wheeling and placing it and then breaking extra ones because I kept putting them on top. But yeah, the outside wall went through a couple designs, and I ended up with this. The bone block really stands out because it's super white, and then it has polished blackstone, the iron bars, blackstone slab, so it's still spawn proof, and above these blocks right there is a string, which means that this is entirely spawn proof. Of course, it does have these entries, and you might be wondering, well, that's, you know, a clear way for a creeper to just wander in here and blow everything up. You would be right, except this right here is a trick I actually saw Iskal doing in his industrial district. He put 3 stacked carpets and mobs can't pathfind in there. This is used on Enderman farm to stop them from pathfinding to places, and I also used it on the Wither skeleton, the Wither Rose farm, to stop the Enderman from pathfinding. But this does mean that a mob will just stay here, and then he can't keep going. He doesn't know what to do. So we are absolutely mob free inside this recent. And this is pretty big. I don't know if it's big enough, but for now it is. I have also made up this station here where you can see pre-flattening, flattened, and now I think it deserves a new one. Look at that. That actually looks super funky. That looks super funky with like the whites and the blacks and the reds, but that does look good. I'm happy with this. Let's lock it, name it, and plop it in to the viewing area. There, locked, slabbed. There we go. And we have our third map. And throughout the series, I'm going to do a lot of farms here, actually. We're going to see this evolving. This looks super trippy. And look at the black border. It looks so cool. Here there was a stone border because I was delimiting the perimeter. And now we have a black stone border. It looks epic. Anyway, I'm excited. I'm happy. This was preparation for the next episode where we're going to go back to building some nether farms. Of course, not in the nether this time, but nonetheless. I think this looks awesome. We have a pretty good area around us here, and it's all mob proof, so I can now work here without fearing afraid of dying. But yeah, if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to hit that like button. I know it was a little bit different. I know there were 2 time lapses, which isn't too usual for us, but I do sincerely hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. That's all for today, folks. I'm out. Peace.